All right, this whole General Hospital situation for Friday, March 27, yeah, it's messy. Like, not clean drama, not the polished kind where everything lines up nice and neat. Nah. This is the kind where people talk over each other, motives get blurry, and honestly, I kind of like it better that way. So, first off, Dante and Sidwell. That conversation, it's not just a, hey, do you have evidence type thing. Nah, it's way more loaded than that. Dante walks in already tense. You can feel it, like dude's shoulders tight, voice trying to stay calm but not really pulling it off. And Sidwell, oh, Sidwell is already convinced, not proven, not logically there, just convinced. There's a difference. And I think Dante sees that immediately. And me? I'm sitting there thinking this ain't about Marco anymore. Not really. It's about Sonny. Sidwell accusing Sonny of killing Marco, that hits different because Dante isn't just a cop here, he's a son. And people keep forgetting that. Like, yeah, he wears the badge, he's supposed to be objective, blah, blah. But come on. If someone straight up says, your father is a killer, especially that kind of accusation, you don't just nod and go, interesting hypothesis. Nah, you push back. And Dante does, obviously. But here's the thing that kind of sticks with me. Sidwell doesn't have proof, like, at all. Zero. Nada. It's all suspicion, vibes, maybe some circumstantial stuff, but nothing solid. And yet he talks like it's fact. That's dangerous. That's how things spiral. And Dante knows it. He's like, hold up. You're throwing my dad under the bus with nothing? Not happening. But then Sidwell flips it. Classic move. He turns it into, oh, you're just defending your father. And yeah, he's not wrong, but also not right either. It's messy truth. Dante is defending Sonny, but also he's defending logic, like basic evidence-based thinking. Still, Sidwell pushing that angle, it's going to piss Dante off. I mean, it would piss me off. You can almost hear Dante thinking, don't go there. Don't make this personal. But Sidwell already did. And that tension, it's not resolving anytime soon. If anything, it's just getting worse. Then there's Nathan. Man, Nathan is walking into some real shady territory here. Like, I get it. I really do. Protecting Rocco, helping Britt, trying to keep everything from falling apart. Noble intentions? Sure. But the method? Yikes. Fabricating evidence? Seriously? This is where I kind of pause and go, okay, this is how good people end up doing bad things. Not because they're evil or whatever, but because they justify it. It's for Rocco. It's for family. Yeah, we've heard that before. It never ends clean. And Nathan not being afraid of Dante, that part's interesting. Because technically, Dante outranks him. But emotionally, Nathan's not playing by those rules. He's like, Rocco comes first. Everything else is secondary. And Britt being tied into this adds another layer because her connection to Rocco isn't simple. It's not just aunt cares about nephew. It's complicated. History, secrets, that whole egg theft situation, yeah, that still lingers. You can't just pretend that didn't happen. So when Nathan acts, he's not just acting for himself. He's carrying Britt's feelings too. And maybe even some guilt. It feels like there's guilt floating around in that storyline, even if nobody says it out loud. But still, fake evidence is fake evidence. Once you cross that line, it's hard to come back. And like, what happens when it unravels? Because it always does. Always. And then Rocco. Honestly, this part hits the hardest for me. Because it's not dramatic in a flashy way. It's quiet, kind of, but heavy. Rocco wanting to turn himself in, that's not just a plot twist. That's a kid dealing with guilt way beyond what he should be handling. Like, this is not normal teenage angst. This is, I shot someone and someone else is taking the fall level stuff. And Jason sitting in jail for that? Yeah, that's eating Rocco alive. I keep thinking, this is what happens when kids get pulled into adult mess. They try to fix it in the only way they understand. In Rocco's mind, confessing is the right thing, the heroic thing, like he's trying to be brave, but it's also kind of naive. And I don't mean that in a bad way, just he doesn't fully get the consequences. Not really turning himself in doesn't magically fix everything. It just shifts the damage. Lulu trying to stop him makes total sense. She's like, no, you're not throwing your life away because of one terrible moment. She's in full mum mode. Protective, desperate, probably a little scared too. And I like that she's not just yelling or forcing him. She's trying to calm him down, reason with him. Because deep down, she knows if she pushes too hard, he might do it anyway. That dynamic, it feels real. Messy, emotional, not perfectly scripted. Cullum. Okay, so here's where things get a bit uncertain. I don't think he's dying, like not at all. There's no setup for that kind of exit. It would feel random, almost pointless, and yeah, no spoilers suggesting it either. But his injury matters. Being shot in the back, that's serious. Recovery's going to take time. And during that time, he's kind of a silent piece on the board. He can't talk much, can't reveal everything, can't clarify what actually happened. And that creates space for misunderstanding, for lies, for manipulation. Sidwell feeling bad for Cullum, that's interesting. Because he doesn't know the full story. He sees his guy getting attacked out of nowhere. He doesn't see what led up to it. And when he eventually finds out Cullum attacked Marco first, yeah, that's going to flip things hard. I can already imagine Sidwell's reaction, anger, betrayal, maybe even regret for jumping to conclusions. But by then, damage already done. That's kind of the theme here, honestly. People act first, understand later. Carly and Sonny. Whew. These two, they always circle back to each other when things go bad, like magnets or something. Doesn't matter how complicated their history is, when there's a crisis, they're suddenly aligned again. And Jason's situation, yeah, that's a crisis. They need to get him out fast. Because if Jason goes down for shooting Cullum, that's not just one life ruined. It's a domino effect. Danny loses his dad, Sonny loses his right-hand man, Carly loses stability in a way. But the problem is they don't have a clear plan. And that's rare for Sonny. Usually he's got something, some angle, some leverage. But here, it's like he's stuck. Thinking, calculating, but not landing on anything solid. Carly probably pushing ideas, throwing out possibilities, some good, some not so good. That's her style. She doesn't sit still. She moves, even when the path isn't clear. And I kind of respect that, but also sometimes moving too fast just creates more chaos. They're in a corner and you can feel it. And then the legal team, Alexis, Rick, Diane. That's a powerhouse trio, not gonna lie, but also kind of chaotic. Like 3 strong personalities, 3 different approaches. It's not automatically smooth just because they're all good lawyers. Alexis stepping in because of Danny, that's personal, very personal. She's not just doing her job, she's honoring a promise. And that changes how you fight. You fight harder, maybe take more risks. Rick, he's strategic, sometimes a little ruthless. He's not afraid to play dirty if it gets results, which might actually be useful here, considering the situation. And Diane, she's sharp, like razor sharp. She knows the system inside out. If there's a loophole, she'll find it. But the big question is, can they actually win this? Because the case isn't clean. Jason being accused of shooting Cullum, Sonny being suspected in Marco's death. It's layered, complicated, interconnected in ways that make it harder to separate truth from assumption. And courts don't always care about the full emotional context. They care about evidence, facts, or at least what looks like facts. Which brings me back to Nathan. If fake evidence enters the picture, oh man, that could either save everything or blow it all up completely. No middle ground. So yeah, stepping back for a second. What I take from all this isn't just who did what or who's guilty. It's more like how fast people jump to conclusions, how loyalty messes with judgment, how guilt pushes people into decisions that might not actually help anyone. Dante trying to balance being a cop and a son, Nathan crossing lines for someone he cares about, Rocco wanting to confess because he thinks it's the right thing, Lulu trying to hold everything together, Sonny and Carly scrambling, Sidwell acting on suspicion instead of proof. It's all human, flawed, kind of frustrating to watch sometimes, not gonna lie, but also real in a weird way. Like, nobody here is fully right, nobody's fully wrong either. It's all grey, messy grey. And maybe that's the point. Because if this story teaches anything, yeah, I said it, teaches, it's that good intentions don't guarantee good outcomes. And once things start spiraling, it's really hard to stop them. People think they're fixing stuff, but half the time they're just making it worse without realizing it. And I don't know how this is going to resolve, honestly. I don't think it's resolving anytime soon. Too many secrets. Too many lies, some intentional, some not. Too many people trying to protect each other in ways that might backfire. So yeah, Friday's episode, it's not about answers. Not yet. It's about pressure building. And something's going to crack. Maybe not immediately, maybe not in a big explosion, but you can feel it coming. Like when everything's too quiet for a second and you just know, yeah, that kind of feeling.